Stop what you're doing and get ready.
Look at my white legs.
Chill, dog.
It's albino.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't.
Well, I think the white leg.
Here we go. Sorry, that's a Dak Prescott reference. I don't like him. Anyway, all right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. This will be episode number 3.
Trace.
It's going to be recorded in succession to 4, probably during this week. But anyway, not probably posted. We're getting caught up on that.
I can fix that.
Nah, you probably can't. It's just the iPad.
Well, I'd get it.
Oh, you know, there's
Well,
one.
I got to be in low power mode anyway because I'm on 10%. So that's my bad.
I could plug you in.
No, that's my bad. Nah, I don't want no cables.
We
Cables
need a-
look ugly.
We need a charger here, I think.
Nah, cables are ugly.
Fine.
We got plenty
I
of
mean,
cables
it's
as
only
it is.
wired headphones everywhere.
I mean, I only just need it for a little bit anyway.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Talking to your mic.
Talking to Mike, please.
I just said all right outside of it, golly. Okay. Topic ideas. Influencers. This is the first one.
Ethan, you presented this to me. This is
I
your
did.
idea.
This is. I'm not going to start, though, because
What?
it gets deeper.
Oh, Ethan's going.
Deeper.
Well, I'd like to. Okay.
You'll
I-
understand. You'll
I
understand.
thought
It'll
you
be
would go
cash
first so I know what to
dollars.
expect,
No, no,
but
no,
I
no,
can
no,
do
no,
mine
no,
first.
no. Okay. Favorite. Who is your favorite YouTuber, TikToker, Instagram Reels, probably TikToker,
I don't have
social
TikTok.
media influencer? If you don't have TikTok, that's fine.
You're the only one here who has
Who is
TikTok.
it? Ready, set. Pick a number 1 to 10.
Levi, start.
I'm a big 7 guy.
Pick a number 1 to 10.
4.
Okay, wow. The number was 5. So, Ben, you're going first.
Let's go. All right. I sorted mine in a few different categories.
Okay, that's perfect. Give us your overall favorite one.
But I'll go through my overall, and then at the end, if we don't do what I have topic covered, because I want to save them if we're going to go over them. Otherwise, we're not going to do it.
Favorite overall YouTuber
So
influencers.
some of my favorite YouTubers here. I put on the top of my list Linus Tech Tips.
That's where I thought you were going.
and Linus Media Group.
That's what I thought.
So they're a tech YouTuber, and they have a concatenate of channels. Yeah, I'm a big word.
A lot of people do.
So they have Mac Address, which is like a Mac Apple-based channel. They have a
Oh, I didn't know that
They have a podcast /
Who doesn't?
show thing. Right. Too easy. And then they have like a news, like tech news. They have like a little tech short informational.
Yep.
They have there's another one I was thinking of, an unboxing,
Yep.
short circuit.
Cash
And then
dollars.
they have the OG LTT, Linus Tech Tips, that does a lot of the random things that don't really fit into those categories, just random tech.
Yep.
Like they've bought out tech shops and
This
stuff like
kind
that.
of arose from we were talking about Mr. Beast and Good Mythical Morning, Rhett and Link last week. a
If
little
I'm not
bit,
mistaken,
so just dove straight into it this week.
You've watched LTT before.
I have seen some videos.
I came
and
home the other day. And
As
he was
far
watching.
as
That's where I just came home. He was watching. I was like, "What is going on?"
as far as tech videos, cash doll hairs.
That's
If you're
what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
figure anything out, he's done so many videos at this point where if you have a question about anything or want to look at setups, look at the best of individual items. Like I watched a bunch of the ones where he was like all Logitech setup or all Temu, that kind of thing. And so it really puts into perspective what's good, what's not, what you could get, what you could budget, different items, what you want towards your liking, that kind of thing. Really explaining a lot from the Linus Tech Tips right there.
Yeah, and they're so well put together videos.
Edited. He's super smart. I watched one where he was with hey, it's Chris, or call me Chris or whatever, who's
Right,
a
yeah.
TikToker influencer, and they did a whole setup for her office, and that was kind of cool just to see everything that you could put into and just get ideas for future setups and that kind of
that's
ideas.
true.
But
Yeah.
okay,
So he's probably one of my number ones. I mean,
That's
he's the one that's like when I see a video, I almost always go, gotta watch it.
Yeah.
4 hours ago, I was like, booyah.
I like that. I
I
like
just-
that. Solid pick.
I
Solid
just
pick.
want to mention you have me and your little tiny thing, and then Ben's got his freaking 20-inch screen right there.
It's 16 inches.
He's,
But yeah, I am a big
13.
screen boy.
because he's
12.
Bobo. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
What?
Boo boo?
Yeah. Bad.
Like I hurt myself?
Terrible. No.
Got a little cut?
You're boo boo. If you're boo boo, you suck at something.
Okay.
Just saying. Anyway, it's
You know, I
I say
use-
a lot because I play games.
What did I say the other day that someone didn't? I said something today and someone didn't know what it meant. Toodles. I was leaving. I said Toodles, and they're like, whatever that means. I'm like,
Come on,
that's not
guys.
even that old of a
Catch up.
term.
No, that's
What's
a,
up,
that
But
is
I feel like
Mickey Mouse.
I feel
right
like
there,
I know
bro.
a lot of new kid terms, but that's one I've
Toodles.
never heard.
Goofy right there.
That was not.
Mickey
That was
Mouse.
Mouse. That was Mickey.
No, that was Goofy. I just did.
No.
I just did Goofy.
Yeah.
I don't know who said Toodles.
That's
Whoa. Mickey Mouse probably said Toodles, but I just did
He
Goofy.
did. Well, you did. Goofy's lower.
Yeah, he goes Toodles.
That's
Anyway.
not
That's
Goofy.
not Goofy.
That's Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
I did
okay.
Goofy before.
Okay,
Gosh,
okay,
listen.
Okay. I'll believe you, but I don't
listening and
believe
you're
you.
Very loud.
Do we want to go back and
Yeah,
forth, me and Levi?
No. We're just gonna
YouTuber,
go here right
YouTuber,
now.
YouTuber, or do
Levi,
you want me to keep going down?
who is your?
Well, I have more.
Okay, we'll get
Okay,
there.
thank
Take
you, thank you.
freeze.
I don't
Okay.
really.
Pause game.
I don't really have a go-to
Game.
person. That's just like whatever topic I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch.
That's
that.
fair,
So, like,
but
if there's like, if I'm like,
Encompass everything, your whole life. Don't just think about right now. Who is your all-time favorite YouTuber, whatever?
all time, I wouldn't say I necessarily have an all.
Your
Like
favorite.
what-
That's your just your
You're-
favorite.
You're browsing.
Go-to.
You're browsing
Right
YouTube,
now,
and you
if
see
I
it from
see-
this channel. You're like, boom,
Right now, I'm gonna watch the Sea Boys.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're kind of crazy. That's
Bunch
a good
of
one.
friends together living
That's a
life.
good one. And they can go forever because you can just be so stupid for so long. Get that off of your foot.
Oh, what
Get
the
that
freak?
off of your foot. Don't put it near me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Did that
Okay.
come from the car?
Yeah, it comes out of carpet. A bunch of hair. Anyway, okay.
Hair.
See, boys,
Sorry.
you're saying that favorite. I mean, you didn't watch them when you were a kid.
No, they weren't. Well, they were a thing when I was a
Who's
kid.
who's someone you watched
I have
as a kid
feeling
like your favorite?
you're hinting off what you're going to talk about next is your favorite childhood, and I
No,
do have
no,
some
no,
of those,
no, no.
but
Anyway. No, and just your favorite YouTuber, influencer. It could be
Yeah.
new. It could be someone.
Currently, yeah, the Sea Boys. Pop up.
Currently, well, I don't like that, but anyway,
Well,
that's a solid pick though.
they got a podcast. They're doing
I
They have a
haven't-
podcast too.
Life Wide Open podcast.
Life Wide
also
Open.
hilarious.
Life wide open.
not as funny as us.
No, you can't beat this.
Top
Just
tier
playing, guys.
podcast right now, guys.
That's
Because we have 0 views, 0 subscribers.
Well, we haven't posted anything yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Peek
That's
behind the
what I'm
curtains.
saying.
We haven't posted anything yet, so we have 0 of everything.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So
we're
anyway,
expecting.
okay.
3.7 billion views by the first week.
Yeah,
of
that's
So-
being
pretty
posted.
easy.
I'm the one that came up with this. I probably had the most time to think about this. I had been thinking about it for a couple days, and then I pondered that and was like, "Hey, boom,
Wow,
podcast
this
idea."
is gonna be good.
I haven't, dove into it completely, but I've probably thought about it more than Levi and probably a little bit more than you. I'm not the kind of just going to type it out and be like, this is what I'm going to say. So here we go. I would say, as far as for my favorite, all time, greatest all time, I'm going to go to, I like Levi. I have different topics and different people that I like to go and watch now for different situations, different things. Like I play Apex Legends, so I'm going to watch some Apex Legends YouTubers, maybe try and pick up on some tips that I watch, what's the better guns they're using, legends, that kind of thing. But as far as my favorite influencer / social media presence, YouTuber, whatever, there's some good ones out there I pondered. I had pondered with a
So wait, is this gonna be? You're gonna give us your top one?
No. I'm gonna give the top one, but I'm gonna tell you some of the different.
here's-
options.
these are the
'Cause
honorable mentions.
There was like it is like toss ups right here.
So
Like,
this
I had
is-
thought, dude, perfect. They're just a great. I had thought, I'd gone back to my younger self days where I would watch Gun and Gamers for some farming simulator and some Unspeakable, but I don't watch them anymore. Gun and Gamers, I think he's still posting some stuff. Unspeakable is, but he's more of a childhood focused versus Dude Perfect goes over it.
We've
So
matured.
my favorite through childhood up until now.
all time.
Yes, my favorite person, and it's probably going to be somebody that most of you don't know.
Ooh.
A kid that goes to our church would absolutely love this pick. I'm going to have to go with Kendall Gray Outdoors.
That's you started giving it away. Yep.
Yeah.
We all
I-
know him.
You guys probably don't.
I
You've
literally
seen him.
watch him.
I've
I'm
watched.
talking about the viewers here, okay?
I've watched one or two.
They
but
are
mostly
just
with you.
so he's one that I've been able to grow up with, and that's what hit me and was definitely what drove this pick home because
is kinda
I
cool.
was watching him when I was like 14, 13, 15, somewhere in that range, and he's always been around the same age. We very well could be the same age. I just don't know that because I don't know that he's talked about it. In his age as far as that goes, whether how old he really is.
Levi's
but-
doing the Google.
As far as when I first started watching him, I was really outdoor big stuff, and he had picked up more following, that kind of thing, and he was one that, like I said, we were around the same age, so he was doing stuff that I couldn't quite do yet because he was doing it for YouTube, but I wanted to do and was learning and soaking up knowledge from him, and it's been really cool as far as okay, well that says he's older, but anyway, that's what it says, may not be true, which is
definitely
close in years to me, so it makes sense of what I'm explaining
enough.
here.
Yeah, it's actually very
and
accurate.
So I've been really young and gone through most of my teens watching him, as he has as well. And, he's not one of those that still focuses on child type entertainment, trying to just pull more kids in. He's one that's grown and moved along with me and matured as well in his content as well. So that's what drove it home. It was like, boom, that's my favorite pick right there. Easy peasy. That's my favorite influencer because he does so much stuff too. He has a gaming channel. He doesn't post on it a lot because he's doing outdoor stuff, and that's how he is. But he's played Hunter Call of the Wild. I've played that game. He's played some other games that I haven't quite, but they're still kind of cool. And I think he's even played Farming Simulator, which that's a great game. But anyway, and then he has a TikTok, and I think he's got Instagram now too, making shorts, doing everything, big influencer stuff. And it's been just the best part of being able to consistently watch him and be entertained from it. He's a good Christian man, so that's kind of like us. It's just been really nice.
We can see, especially you can see a lot of yourself in him, and you can kind of grow with him.
That's fair. That's probably kind of true too.
That's pretty cool, actually. Like to think that. I mean, that's kind of the cool dynamic of the internet in a lot of ways. Is that a lot of people do that, and a lot of people might do that unhealthily. But I think that's really cool that you can kind of grow with who you're watching and kind of
versus
kind of experience life a little through them and kind of learn from them and
the similar personalities. And that was the different thing with like the Unspeakables and stuff. Like he was a 25-year-old man making this content for children that was funny because he's a silly oriented person.
Right. It's all goofy.
So it's like you can't. I'm not watching him to this day because it doesn't apply to me anymore. Like, sure, he might be doing more grown-up stuff. He's got more money, that kind of thing. But it's not one of those that's like, oh, there's an Unspeakable video, I'm going to watch it. Versus Kendall Gray has pursued and obviously everyone furthers their career, but he's done it in a sense of his still outdoor and still growing up manner. Like, he started with old Kawasaki mule that it was his dad's and he was just driving it, but he'd fix it if he broke it, all that kind of stuff, just kind of learned from his traps and guns. And now he's working and doing stuff with his dad, building a pond on a mountain, and has his own Can-Am Defender now and buys all of his stuff and guns because of the success of his channel. And he's just growing up and you can do that stuff now. So it's just cool. My favorite right there. Boom, to the punch. Kendall Gray Outdoors, has his own shop.
And there's
used to have the same plug, but I think he changed it a little bit because he had to change the website's name. But anyway.
And I think that's cool because I think you could keep doing that, really. Like,
yeah, he's going to keep growing up. He's going to keep advancing like a life.
He could be buying a house when the time you're buying a house, and then you guys could be doing you guys could keep
cool.
kind of
Kendall
growing
Gray,
in that way.
If you see this man, love to meet you. Just, stand out. I've been following you for a while. Solid dude. That's my pick. Okay. Now that we've all gone through our favorites.
Wait, I have a lot.
Okay,
I have like a lot more. Do you guys all have a lot more?
Yeah, no. That's the part of it. So here's the part here. Now that we've said our favorite, I don't know how much time you guys have spent on your shorts on Instagram. You don't have TikTok, that's fine. But I want to know who is your favorite. Don't go YouTube because I think we all just named YouTube. Instagram or TikTok or Reels that you find and you just like automatically because you know who it is.
I like
new or old, following or not. If you see them, you're gonna like this video because they're funny and it's a good short.
There's only a few I can think of, and there's one that doesn't post very often because they're doing something else now, and then there's one that I think is cool, but I don't repeat watch a lot of shorts. Like I don't go to one guy. I don't follow a lot of people. I like to let the algorithm choose.
If you're scrolling through who is popping up the most and who is like, oh, this is gonna be good.
I really like, and I'm afraid Levi might have this, so I'm gonna steal it because I don't have a lot. Oh crap! I don't remember his name. He's
the mouse guy?
The greatest mouth on the internet.
Yes, Insane Shane.
His name is Shane.
Yeah,
I like Shane.
Yes, that's a good one.
That's
a solid. That's top 3 for sure for me that I've pondered through my head is Insane Shane. I'm pretty sure. It's literally
like
his
if we're
tag.
talking, if we're talking like Instagram vertical content, short
funny.
form, it's Shane.
He's good. He's a good dude too. Good dude.
Yeah,
good dude to follow. Insane
looks
Shane.
just like Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah, we cut his hair.
I feel like that might have helped his fame a touch bit. Is that he would pretend to be a quarterback and look like Patrick Mahomes, but then his other content is just hilarious anyway.
Yeah.
And whoever his QB is, I don't know his name.
Solid arm. I
So
don't
that
either.
guy's got talent
He is.
too. He could go
should
to
be
the
getting
NFL.
half of the earnings because it is impressive.
I
what he
mean,
can
there
do
is
with
the
a
greatest mouth
marshmallow
on the
and
internet, but then there's also the greatest cannon on the internet.
No,
who's feeding
it's not
that
even
mouth.
the greatest cannon. It's the greatest random object thrower. I mean, it's. Yeah, I'm sure there's multiple takes, but the accuracy that he could have with a marshmallow, with an egg, with a gumdrop, with a a piece of candy, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Strawberries, whatever. It's fun to watch. Okay, Levi. Favorite influencer shorts?
I'm sorry. Did I take yours?
Hey.
No.
Oh.
New news.
Zach D Films or something like that. And it's a guy. He animates everything. So like if you tear a ligament in your leg, he'll animate what
I know who you're talking about.
and if it even like how a vending machine works. It's just
wait.
these random
Oh
things that
my
like as a kid
gosh.
you never know how it works. He'll animate it
That
and explain
guy.
it really well.
I
He
have
explains it or
seen
the AI
a lot
explains it?
of these.
he does
does it?
incredible work.
That's cool.
That is you are
pretty solid.
that's a
Good pick.
Levi. That's solid.
Yeah.
Not my Ponder top 3, but that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
I'm looking at all his most recent posts, and I was like, I do YouTube music a lot. I've seen a lot of these.
Some of the more recent ones aren't quite as good as the
How
other ones,
mice
but-
get in your
That's a
toilet?
good
It just
pick.
makes
Yeah,
me wanna
see, that's
click.
just random.
I
but,
want to
like-
know how mice get.
Like
because
it
what,
explains like how a
because
gun
what happens
works,
if there's a mouse in my house?
and
Yeah.
like a silencer, how it
Yup.
puffs the air into the
He's a
little
good
like
CGI
it's just
animation, dude.
random things.
That's
that
cool.
most of are really interesting.
That is
some
very
I'm just like,
cool.
what in the world? I don't care about.
That reminds me of another guy that's pretty cool, but I don't know his name. But he does this. He does a similar thing, but with like long form, big concept. Like he animates them in 3D, models them, and then he just tears them apart and shows all the thing. I mean, but
I
this
think I've
is
seen him too.
this is a thing that does that a lot. I mean, this is a popular form.
Yeah, that's,
Very nice.
And then
some
I like that.
interesting stuff.
I think Zach puts his logo on everything too. So you'll see a vending
Yeah.
machine and it says like Zach is vending or something.
Ah,
So yeah,
Very nice.
So he
very
kind of
nice.
copyrights his stuff pretty sweet.
Okay, I will go, and I'm gonna talk again because I've thought about it for a while.
Well, you've been doing a good.
So
you did a good one.
Shane,
You had a good
right there. I mean that
Was that yours?
no, that
Oh.
was in my. That was like I said, top 3. That was one that's like again, it's like this because I feel like I watch quite a bit, but Insane Shane's up there. There's this cooking guy I just showed Levi the other day who talks and is super weird but I love it.
Wait.
Every time I know it's gonna be funny.
Wait.
Have you ever seen the guy? He's like when he's talking about ingredients and he's trying to make something, he's like, and this is sweetened condensed milk. Add it into the bowl. That's like his signature.
Into the bowl.
And or if it's a blender, into the blender. He might have.
Is it a group of people?
So no. That's another topic.
Okay.
So this is this one guy, and he might be something in his brain, but I'm not gonna talk about that because it's great and it's funny. Anytime he's putting it into the bowl, into a pot, he goes into the pot, and he's always says it like that all the time. And he comes into his videos. This might be the greatest part. Absolutely screaming. So he goes, "Hi guys!" And then cuts it as he's running in and throws an ingredient he's gonna make at the camera and knocks it over every time. Never
That's
fails. Makes me
hilarious.
smile. Makes me laugh. And then when he's done, he either screams, "It's bussin'!" or "It's not bussin'." It's funny.
with that laugh,
both
I might
ways.
recognize it. Have you seen there's two?
Yes, let me get there. So then
Okay.
there was another one. Did a collab with Theo Vaughn. Super funny.
That's what I was just gonna
Did
talk
a
about.
bunch of collabs, and it's two. What's the best way to say this? Two mentally challenged, potentially Down syndrome. I think I can say people that cook, and you can't understand what they say, but you can read the titles and you can make it up in your head, and you can understand. And it's funny because, not to be mean, but it's funny because you can't understand what they're saying. And I don't know what level of connection they're on either, but sometimes they get confused. And there's one that's definitely the boss. You can tell he's just a maniac with a kicking stuff. And then there's the other one that's just kind of there. Super good, super funny stuff.
Yeah.
So those
But the-
three were really
The
close
Theo
for me.
Vaughn clips were pretty
Yeah.
hilarious.
And he just totally
because
played
Theo
into
Vaughn's
that.
like, yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not great content, but he's funny. Anyway,
He is funny.
but as of
Oh.
recently,
Wanna kick a
there's a
fat kid
streamer,
Kmart.
which this is a different kind of topic, but I know you guys
Theo
don't really
Vaughn.
watch streamers. There's a
You're right.
streamer, his name is Jack, and he makes content with his wife, and I think he started out streaming, but he's done a lot of
thought of another
shorts
one.
and TikTokers with his wife. Super funny. Jack Morrison is his name. Plays Apex. Love that about it. Jack Morrison hit me up, play Apex. I've commented on one of your videos. We should play sometime. I need to
commented on
Anyway,
Please, I comment on
it's
every
always
video.
funny
Can you
because
please?
in the game, you don't see a lot of things that YouTubers do that you can relate with. All of his clips are stuff I can relate with. Like today, for instance, there was one clip I saw, and with shotguns in Apex or any gun, before you pick it up and you can shoot it, you have to cock it. So the PK, and it has to cock before you shoot it. A pistol, you have to grab it and pull it back and cock before you can shoot it when you pick it up off the ground. And he goes flying into this fight on the top of a building with a guy coming up a zip line. And he opens a crate and he hears the zip line coming, and then he grabs a PK out of the crate. But you have to before you can shoot that PK. And so he picks up this PK. This guy comes flying off the zip line, and he's grabbing it, aiming, following, ready to shoot. But his gun has to, and he dies before it even reloads and gets ready to shoot itself. I was like, dude, that's hilarious, because he just started screaming, and he's like, oh my gosh, yeah, of course, let me just before I can shoot. I just have to before I can kill this guy. And it was super funny, relatable stuff. It's great. But there is one person I have been watching.
So none of these are your top. This is your top?
These are just all
Honorable
really
mention.
great options that are, it's like millimeters here of difference in between them.
I have a comedy real quick I want to mention.
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of I'm Brandon Ferris?
I think so.
No, not by his tag.
I would recommend it. It's this dude, and he's got this other bigger guy that he does videos with, and it's like, I buy everything on Amazon. They're so funny. It's borderline inappropriate at times, but it is so funny. He's like the guy. He did like cooking a recipe in Google Translate, so he translates stuff like 6 different ways, and then he'll just destroy kitchens, and he's got a film room that's like got to be corrosive and eroded and all that.
Yeah. So here's another one that's up there. I don't know if he's made a lot of content recently, but Hoopsology IG.
Oh my god.
The guy that screams clips and history.
That is so funny.
Classic. Any football, any basketball content. It's gonna be funny. I'm liking it as it comes across my feed. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
and he's screaming into his $10 microphone.
Yes. Into his little Apple wired
Earpod.
earbuds microphone. It's hilarious every time. But let me find I'm trying to find his user here for sure that I know.
Is this the final? This is the big one.
This is my favorite
short form.
It's a TikToker.
TikTok.
It's a TikToker. And
I've
I've watched
that.
a
He's gonna
lot.
be banned. I think that got passed, didn't it? For
I
6
don't know.
months, unless it gets bought out.
I should have looked it up.
I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure that they have 6 months for an American company to buy them out.
TikTok.
Dang,
That's
they're not
crazy.
gonna sell it though.
Yeah, they're not.
Well, I
There's
mean,
no way.
you either lose half your people or you sell it for.
Oh, you lose
a
half
lot
your
of money.
people. I guess you make money off of it.
Because if there's an American company, it could still.
I
be
don't know
in
what they'll do.
China,
What would they would do in that situation?
Any sports outlet is usually pretty good, but I'm not gonna count that because that's
So, do you know who this is, or you
big
still having to
time
look it
things.
up?
I think I do, but I can't.
I gotta go to my followers really quick. Or who I'm following.
Did we mention Dude Perfect? Yeah, we did.
I kind of
We
did.
do
Yeah.
like.
I thought I'd fill the air with some random ones.
I have also.
All the ones I have to talk about. I have so much.
I have Millennial Farmer. I don't watch
That's a good
many
one.
of his, but like, I'll watch. Well,
Is he an
probably
actual
about
farmer?
every other. Yeah, it's just. a
Okay, so
farmer.
here's a Jack Morrison clip. Comes up right here. I'm not even watching it. I'm just liking it because I know it's gonna be funny. But anyway,
He really did. It popped up. He liked it. He moved on.
I will come back and watch it.
He'll go to his activity, likes, go find it.
Let me go to my followers.
Oh, I was in my followers. I need to be following. So good. There's one I think.
While you
I'm
guys are
missing
looking,
here.
I will mention that I also like, just real quickly, people who review like Marvel movies.
That's a good one.
I really liked like New Rockstar. They're okay, and then there's another one called The Canadian Lad or something like that. They both do a pretty
Ooh.
good job at
That-
finding the details in Marvel movies. Although I feel like I've learned a lot about Marvel comics, and so I catch a lot of this stuff now. But when I was a kid and when I didn't know a lot, that was just a dream to go see what I missed.
I got another one.
Okay,
Okay,
hit
go.
it.
Fishing Garrett. The guy that yoinks everything in the forest in the Everglades. That dude is hilarious.
That is
What's he
good.
call it? A river puppy or whatever?
Yeah, the alligators are
He's like,
crocodiles or
where's
river
the,
puppies.
Where's the river puppies? I'm looking for that 20-foot python,
Yeah,
but Burmese
he is
python.
hilarious.
He is funny. That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's good. I'm out here in the Florida Everglades looking for that 20-foot python.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go with.
So are you
I
know
gotta
him,
find
but
it
you
here.
can't find his
I
at, or
think I do. Maybe I have. Well, maybe I'm not following him actually.
I also watched the guys.
that's embarrassing.
I know, right?
You're gonna name your top one. The top your favorite, and you don't even follow him.
The
Yeah, I
Johnson
know.
brothers are good.
I surely am following that.
I'll keep.
Okay, that's another good one.
The Johnson brothers.
Where is? No.
Just a bunch of dudes out doing a bunch of random stuff.
I like Scott Kramer too. I don't
It's
know
a
if you guys have watched
podcast
him, but he's from
that I don't
North Dakota.
watch.
He's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's the podcast shorts.
It is, and they're always hilarious. Are they TikTokers? I don't know. They're
Have you seen The Boys with a Bus? The guys renovating their bus. It's had to blown up on one of your feeds.
I haven't. No, I'm
I
sorry.
have, yes.
They're
Wow, you called that? It was blown up on one of our feeds, and it
yeah,
has.
they have 10 videos, and all of them have over like 5 million to 20 million views.
That's
like
wild.
the last 10 days they've posted, and it is just
Oh, I like
exploding.
Ryan Trahan. I know we talk about like Mr. Beast.
He
but
does. He's
Ryan
he seems
Trahan's
a
like
good
such
dude.
just a nice guy.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude. Like
I feel like me and him would get along if we met.
Yeah, he's trying to do good things for the world.
No, it's not that one.
I also have
Okay, so
Rober teaching the
apparently
kids.
I may not be following them.
I think Mark Rober is doing a good job at trying to put the engineering
Mark Rober's
mindset
pretty cool,
in the
too.
kids, instead
Yeah.
of just sitting at home.
He
on
only
their phone all
posts
day.
one video a month though, but yeah,
But-
pretty. But they're always pretty good.
in
I
education.
mean, he's got to be. He's got to. They're always good, like 11 out of 12 times.
Oh yeah.
So Ethan, are you gonna give us this? We've been waiting.
Okay,
we've
yeah,
been
I
waiting.
am not following them, so sorry about that, guys. It is a podcast with two guys that are hilarious. And what's the name of it?
You were watching a podcast with two guys. They were funny. You showed me.
One's got curly
Oh
hair.
yeah, I'm mentioning it.
Oh.
Oh,
Unless
man.
Ethan's gonna show me. Is Ethan gonna come?
Go to
up?
your liked videos or something.
There's no way
I
Ethan's about to
guess.
say what I'm thinking. There's no way.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
I have
Because
so many of
technically,
those
my
Jack
podcast
videos
also has
that I
more
like.
than
Oh, here
two
it is.
guys. More than.
Nah.
You found the
Yeah, it's right in my likes.
the cooking guys.
Different
There's
topic.
another one.
You know
like
how
all of
we
them.
used to watch the Diesel Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
So
The TV show.
the muscle, the side man,
Hmm.
is a motivational speaker now.
That's you can do that once you
And-
go TV famous.
well,
That's like what every.
He's putting out some pretty good information though.
Oh,
Like I watched a podcast with him on it. I believe it was the
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Sea Boys Life Wide Open podcast.
okay.
and
Time out.
He's really
You're gonna have
good.
to time out because Ethan has found them.
Got it. I'm not following them. I'm super sorry, guys.
You just gained a follower.
What?
Are we gonna?
Why do they have two channels?
You should follow.
Which one is
our
them?
Instagram. Yeah, you.
Yeah, viewers follow our.
Follow
you
our
know,
Instagram.
check right now. While Ethan's checking to see if he's followed, you guys check to see if you are also
I don't
following
even
us.
know our handle, but like you should follow
it's
it. It's probably
at
in
the top of the
description.
doc. I do need to try to add those to the description.
We need a description so they can just click.
It is on our channel though. I know
that
that.
one.
Instagram.
Hit our channel and then go to like the area that you can talk that like about or whatever.
And then
It's there.
follow our Instagram.
We also
Like
have
every video. Go
Twitter
to our,
/X.
yeah, go to our X. If
I don't
you
know
have
what we're gonna
TikTok.
do on Instagram.
'Kay.
Probably where we would put shorts.
Okay, so their name for their podcast
Can you show
is
me
the
it on your phone?
You Should Know podcast.
This is definitely not what I was thinking.
This I've never heard of these guys.
You should know.
So, content's not always clean.
Does the irony fall on you that you weren't subscribed to Fine? I mean,
I don't know, apparently.
You should have known.
I should know. I should know. I should know. But I did not. Anytime I see a video come, and it has been a while. I don't know if they're posting new podcasts. I mean, surely they are. They're big podcast clips that I always scroll through and are always funny. mainly because one of the guys' names is Peyton, and I don't know which one it is, but one of them is not very bright. And it is just hilarious when they get into arguments and start screaming at each other. And it's just great clips to come across on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever I see them.
So you're saying you watch this podcast, you don't know which is who?
Well, no, he doesn't watch the
Peyton
podcast.
and Cam are
He
their
watches
names. I think
clips.
Peyton is the left one and Cam is the right one.
We've discussed this. He just watches clips.
That's true.
Yes, I do
Ethan-
mainly just watch
So
the clips.
you're
and
gonna
that's why
you
I
are gonna
put 'em
put
as my favorite TikTok because
oh
that's
that's
all I've seen them
dirty.
on is clips.
You
Watch their
have
podcast.
put your top TikTok as a podcast clips channel.
No, it's their podcast clips that they put.
I
up.
know, but
Well-
you really just threw
Yes,
anyone
they
who
are the
makes
favorites
original.
that I have right there.
You just threw everyone who makes original short form content under the bus.
So
Maybe I did.
If I do that, I'd then go watch their podcast because if they're funny on that, they're
what
likely
in
going
the
to be
freak
funny.
is
to that.
wrong with you?
I don't know. I just don't watch podcasts, so I
Okay,
don't
well,
go and watch
I'm
their
gonna try to
podcasts. They
remember
would
that.
Be my favorite
I might watch it.
It'll be on the
clips,
video
TikTok,
when you're editing
Instagram, all that.
So, I found
Freaking hilarious.
I
gosh.
found a podcast via clips. I've done
Yeah.
it twice now,
There it is.
Yeah.
so I can share mine. My podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Do we have a favorite podcast?
Yes, let's do
I
that.
have-
Let's go
I
into
watch
favorite
3 or 4
podcasts.
podcasts.
I have 2 favorites. I'm going to talk about one that I just found that I love, and then one that I have several. I lied. I have several podcasts I can talk about.
Talk about your favorite. No, you just.
So let me do one, and
Talk
then
about your favorite.
Okay, I don't have a favorite.
Ooh,
I like
then
the-
just name them.
I like them each for different things, but I think if I had to choose a favorite, it's gonna be from the Sunday Cool. I don't know if I bought a shirt from
Oh
them.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's called Ninjas or Butterflies. They're like conspiracy theories. They sing a song every episode, and it's like 50% of the time it is hilarious. And the other time it's getting copyright striked, and then they take it down. So they do conspiracies, they do comedy, they are hardcore comedy.
Yeah.
And it's a dude, his wife, and his friend. So it's mostly the dude and the friend, and then the dude's wife, and then they have like a producer who
Okay,
jumps
go on to
in.
the next one.
It is pretty funny. Recommend.
Mm-hmm.
One I've kind of just have on the back to watch just as an extra podcast. That's okay. Is it's called the Blimey Cow podcast. It's this YouTube. They've been around for like a decade. They're called Blimey Cow, and their channel does like a bunch. And this is another YouTuber. I just like this YouTuber
Yeah.
too. I wrote this down. I gotta read it. They do podcasts. They do skits, and they do like this unique where their viewers send in like, this is the issue I'm dealing with. What's your advice? And they give advice. All these podcasts are Christians, by the way.
Yeah.
So the Blimey Cow, they're super Christian.
Solid.
That's it. The Sunday Cool, they're actually like a
Yeah.
t-shirt company, but they're also Christian, and that's a part of
Okay,
their podcast.
you got another one?
My last one, Current Obsession, is what I called it. This is the one that I told you I've been like obsessing over.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
It's
watching
That
constantly.
I've literally watched. They're like an hour long. I have probably watched 30 in the last couple of
Wow.
weeks. So I have watched
Binging.
several hours a day at times. It's called the LOL podcast, and it's Cash
a
and
good
Maverick,
name.
which they were. I know it's Cash and Maverick, and they used to be on TikTok. They got TikTok famous, and they have a bunch of. They are hilarious because they're so out of pocket, and it's all about their
Oh.
life stories. And so
Yeah, that's
imagine this,
crazy.
right? Okay, so it's it's people. They're our age too.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's who I thought it was.
So
I know who
they're.
you're talking about.
Do you know them
They're
from
pretty
the
good.
podcast?
No, clips.
Yeah, so they've got it's like kids our age or a little older. One of them's two of the guy and the wife are married, and then the other guy, and then there's like a 14 or 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like kind of kids our age, but they're like internet famous, and so
Yeah.
they have an absurd amount of money and way too much freedom.
Yes.
And so they do whatever the heck they want,
Yep.
and then they have the most absurd stories based
Yeah,
off of them.
that's actually kind of like Cam and Peyton because they're just crazy stories. They both have wives, but they're just crazy stories like best friends since college, the
Yeah.
roommates. It's just super funny stuff. But
Yeah.
Levi, favorite podcast?
So I actually watch a lot of podcasts.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
the
me and
only
Levi,
odd one out
me and
here,
Levi
yes.
watch a lot of podcasts. I think.
You might turn
Spoiler
yourself down. You're
alert:
pretty loud.
none of them are Christian.
Yeah. Well,
So there's 3 that I mainly.
You win some, you lose
Well,
some.
there's 2 I mainly listen to, and then there's another 2 that I sometimes listen to, and then one I see a bunch of clips on that I think are good.
got you.
So the Pivot
the
Yep.
pivot.
Go on.
has three
Go on.
people, three men.
What's
I
it
believe.
about? What's it about?
It's just
Basketball,
anything.
sports guys.
So it's an
Okay.
it's
Get
an
a lot of
old
famous people on it.
professional NFL player,
Okay.
and then I don't know what the other two. I'm pretty sure they're famous too. It's a more recent. I'm not
professional
I don't got them locked
NFL
down yet.
Ryan something.
Yeah,
So
they're famous.
they
but-
use their NFL connections to get guests,
Yes.
I
Yeah,
imagine, and then they
probably.
just tell stories.
and then
Yes.
Baller.
Life Wide Open, which is the Sea Boys podcast.
Boys.
Just
They're,
a bunch of dudes
they're
having
absurd,
fun.
so they've got to
That's
have.
crazy.
They're got.
Those are my main two I watch.
Gotcha.
And then it is what it is. I'll watch sometimes, which is the Ireland Boys.
That's good.
I've watched one or two of Comedy Country. I don't even
You
know
guys
who
just
they
don't even
are.
have favorites here. You
They're
just
random.
podcast all over.
New Heights. New Heights is
I'm
good.
telling you, I
That's
really
a-
like
yeah,
all
that's
these
probably one of
podcasts.
yours.
Jason. Yeah, that'll be a favorite one. I do have a favorite podcast that I do listen. I
And-
have listened to.
Yeah,
Out of the podcast I don't listen to, I have listened to one.
that would
Which
be
one was
that would
it?
be Life. Oh, I know what yours is. And then
Okay,
the
we'll
last
save it- we'll
one,
save him.
I like just watching like the clips of the Tate speech.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
It's
Anything he says.
No,
That's
it's,
funny.
he has it's a business one. He's like trying to teach business and stuff, but
That's
he's
funny.
got funny clips in it. So I just watched the clips of
That's
it.
good. That's good. So, okay.
Ethan's favorite
Here we go.
podcast. Ethan,
I have
who notoriously does not watch podcasts.
I do not watch podcasts, like at all.
His
I've watched
favorite podcast, right?
I've
here.
watched a couple of 2 episodes of 2 different.
Okay.
No, okay, not 2. I didn't mean 2 episodes. I've watched 2 different ones, and you turd. So Levi just guessed it, but I have watched
Oh, nice.
episodes of the New Heights podcast, but I
Kelsey's.
haven't for a long time for when I was working whatever. But a couple years ago, I had been watching when I was working the Cy Robertson podcast. And oh my gosh, is that guy ever so funny. All the time. They're great people. It's a great podcast. Go listen to it. Love the Robertsons. Love the Ducks Dynasty. And Cy still has stories to tell. Go listen to it. You will laugh. Guaranteed.
I almost think he's probably making them up at this point.
No, dude. He's just been through a lot of war veteran, dude. And he's just a crazy. And it's different. The reason why they have more stories is because it's different people than the Duck Dynasty. So sure, they have their family on it, but there's cousins and there's in-laws and there's other people that run the podcast, and they have Cy on it. So they all have different experiences. They bring in different people with different stories of Cy. All this great stuff that is A+ comedy and great stories to just listen to because Cy is so funny. That's one that I used to watch. I watched episode. Next time I worked episode, and then waited episode as I was working. That and then the New Heights is my next one up there.
So-
and then obviously the You Should Know podcast.
At my-
And then my favorite, and it should be all of our favorites, this podcast.
You say
Right, yes, this
3
podcast.
P's in a pod.
Actually, Ethan
Listen
probably
to it.
has watched a lot of. Ethan's watched a more percentage of this podcast.
That's probably true. Not than the Robertson one, than
I mean,
the Cy Robertson one.
No, but
you-
percentage-wise,
Have you
Yeah.
watched?
you're up to
both
like
of them?
almost 100%
I watched
on
like
this.
30 minutes of the first one.
So no, because
I
Oh.
created this one, so
Well,
Well, he lived it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well you've watched them all because you edited them all.
Yeah,
so
he
you've
has.
watched the most.
I've watched
Yes.
the most, yeah.
yes.
I used to in my old job where I had more of a paper centric, not interaction,
Yeah.
not
Yep.
thinking.
Yep.
I did a lot of sorting at that one job in file rooms.
Yeah.
And so I would listen to so many podcasts. And so I would listen to like murder mystery, real life crime, unsolved stuff. And I also listened to, this is what reminded me, Sadie Robinson's, which she has a new
Yeah.
last name because she got married.
Yeah.
Her podcast, whatever the heck it was, it won an award recently.
Yep.
It's not that good.
Yep.
It's not
it's,
good.
it's like
It's meh.
30 minutes of like,
She's
she's like,
more of a
girl, I
preacher
love your
vibe.
story. And
Yeah,
then it's
she's more
like
of a
all
preacher vibe,
super
in my
vague.
opinion.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, Sadie. I mean, I think you're cool.
She's got great talker, great. I mean, solid person, great message, all that stuff. But
It was mediocre at best.
Yeah.
But it did win an award, so
very
congrats to
solid.
you.
So I think we have covered all of the social media bases.
oh, I
Shorts,
have more lists.
YouTuber, podcast. What possible more lists could you have?
Well, I have more YouTubers I like.
Oh, well, no, we were just doing favorites. We
I
don't-
watch a lot of
That's
YouTubers.
boring. to
I have
go
a
on
lot
to
of-
who
You
we
went
talk
through
I have
like
a lot of
6
fa-
of them.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
crazy.
a lot of favorites. Yeah,
No,
you
that's
went.
boring.
You did.
You clicked. Yeah.
Me and-
Sorry, I'm sick.
me and-
You went.
I
through
just named a
several honorable mentions.
Right,
as
I
we
just
talked
named a
long time.
couple.
Let me talk for a second.
What do you
No.
mean? You should have been naming a couple as you went through the list.
Okay, hold on. I have a couple that's mentioned.
Okay.
First off, I already meant. Okay, I only have a couple actually. Let me know, which I talked about episode 1. So go back and listen to that at the end. I talked about them. They do documentaries while animated. And then Wendigoon is his name. He also does like conspiracy and with well researched content. What are you laughing? Have you seen this?
You would like conspiracies. Would
I
you?
do. I really do. And he did an episode about angels, and I implemented that in something in a paper I made once.
Nice.
And so it's so cool.
Figure.
That's all mine. And then I had a list of people that are old or I don't watch anymore. Like you're unspeakable. People who may be still making content, but these were people I actually were subscribed to still. But I have one I'll mention if we all don't have one.
Good
I'll
Mythical Morning.
Yeah, I do watch those though occasionally. But
I've seen clips and that kind of stuff.
You
But those
had
were YouTube videos I would click on and watch at night at one point.
you were going on a tear once.
Yeah, because they're good.
Yeah.
They're
only
always
watch them
something
every
silly,
once in a
stupid,
while.
funny that they're gonna say, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
That's a good classic right there.
Levi, do you got anyone that you like remember you used to watch a lot and now you don't?
I mean, unspeakable, but other than that,
Good boy Pizza, Madden YouTuber.
That's good.
The
He's
goat.
great. He was great. Still probably
He's
is.
kind of more like that Unspeakable, but the next age group where Unspeakable is more towards the younger, pre-teen age. He's probably more the teenager age type of level comedy and that kind of stuff.
If I still played Madden, I'd still watch him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still
Because
good.
he was good. He was good.
So the one I wrote
was
down that I'm really sad because he stopped posting, which was really sad.
Yeah.
He went off to be like an accountant or something.
Boring.
His name was Major General Havoc. He was a Minecraft YouTuber.
Yeah.
He did a superhero modded Let's Play.
Yep.
Loved
That was
it.
good. That was good.
I
would say-
I would wake up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning every day before school,
Yeah.
and I would make myself a breakfast, and I'd watch one of those videos.
That's good.
And I remember it was right after my baptism. It was so good.
Yeah.
That was peak. I peaked then.
So
And then he stopped posting. I got
Mine
sad.
for that, I guess, would be Gun and Gamers because we were heavy Farming Simulator, and I would watch.
Not him.
Not me.
Right, yeah. Ben never was heavy into that, but
I bought
just
it.
thought the
I paid the
mods
money.
and all that stuff was cool, and the operations he would do, the legitness of it, the not cheating, and the servers that he would have, and how far he could get because he could, dedicate so much time to it.
If you're
But
making money,
they
you
were
can
pretty
spend
good.
time.
They weren't necessarily funny. It was just cool to see what he was doing, see the mods, get the ideas for mine, and that kind of thing.
That's kind of like the Squad. We both used to
Yeah.
watch the Squad. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that's-
still doing it.
he's
I
still
still
doing
watch
stuff.
every once in a while. But
I'd rather do competitive
there was
Apex
another
games
one.
type now.
wasn't there another Farming Simulator guy we watched?
You know, I used to watch a lot of Minecraft Let's Play. Now that I think about it, like Minecraft.
Dude,
content,
yeah,
I
the
don't-
Diamond Minecart. I mean, come
I
on.
don't do it a lot anymore. Like
What
I
a
still
legend
subscribed.
Dan the Diamond Minecart is.
He's still going.
I know.
That's
and
crazy.
Dan TDM.
He is a great kid Minecraft YouTuber. I mean, a legend right there.
Isn't
Legend.
that Dan TDM? Isn't
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's doing Minecraft anymore.
He's probably not doing Minecraft
I
anymore.
don't know.
He's
Or he's
He
probably
just
doing
does
minimal
all
Minecraft, but he
sorts
still
of games.
posts. He's still active.
hmm
Yeah.
And he's getting older.
All right. I'm
It's impressive.
I'm
He had a
content.
kid, I believe.
And then, Dude Perfect. I would say, as an overall childhood, and even to now that I still kind of watch, Kilgrave's my favorite. But Dude Perfect, they're just in a separate category for me. Like, there's influencers and funny guys you watch, and then there's Dude Perfect. That's how big and good that they
Yeah,
are.
it's hard to even think of them as YouTubers.
Right, because they
it's-
do the overtime. All the stereotypes are really the only YouTuber type
It's
of
like
thing.
to me, they're a whole category. It's like nothing they do stands out as typical YouTube.
Yeah, it's all just great, crazy, funny, clean entertainment. It's good. It's good.
Dan
love it.
TDM hasn't posted in 3 months.
Oh, yeah, he played Fortnite. That was funny.
Oh, then maybe Dan TDM has fallen
Oh,
off.
maybe he has quit and slowed down.
Does anyone else remember? I'm gonna name them Think Noodles and Log.zip.
Yeah,
I
Yes.
used to watch
Yeah.
that
Think
religious
Noodle was
little.
good.
Think
Oh
Noodle
my
was good.
gosh, yes,
I used to watch his single player Let's Play. It was so good.
yes.
He
had a
inspired me
great
to make a
Minecraft,
treehouse
bro.
once. I haven't watched him in forever.
Does he still
Legend.
post
I
that?
think he does. Levi's on the
That's
Google.
good.
I'm on
All
YouTube,
right.
actually.
Think Noodle, yeah.
Think Noodle and his wife. That's what I saw first in my. I went so to make this list. I went through all my subscriptions. I'm still subscribed.
Oh my gosh, that's a classic.
But then I saw his wife's channel and I was like, oh, that's right. And I saw his later on.
He's still doing the Memoji thing,
He's
Yeah,
not
that was
doing
funny.
Minecraft anymore.
That's fair.
but is he still posting? Looks like it.
Yeah, 3 days, 2 days, 1
Let's
day,
go.
3
Awesome.
hours.
That's awesome.
Good for him.
We should watch one of those sometime.
All right, that's kind of actually
All
on
right,
my
yeah,
list.
I think we'll wrap up the social medias. right
Social
there.
media. Hey,
Let's segue into NBA playoffs.
you just okay.
Cry
Yeah,
about
we're gonna
it.
go.
He hopped. He's
This is gonna be a
ignoring my
short
next.
one.
Well,
my
it's not
outlines.
on there.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a hint.
We'll talk about it, baby. Big news in the brackets and the NBA playoffs. Obviously,
I'm falling off.
probably going to be over by the time most of you see this. But
we haven't posted a single one.
It's gonna be over
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
time they watch this.
what has just happened? Thunder have lost to the Mavericks. In
Dang
a
it. That was
series.
my pick.
Celtics have advanced. Yes, Thunder and Mavericks
Relook at
was a good series. Game 6. Watch it. Fire. Refs, but good basketball. Came down to some decision making. Some stars did some poor, but great win for me
When our bracket
and
said
Owen
I was in
because
first
the
place.
Mavs took the dubs over your champion pick.
That's right. This week was going to be a big change for our brackets, and it did happen.
It has been.
Owen
6 games.
Owen has taken me over.
Yes. And then the next big
I
game.
still got you, though.
Yes, because my Bucks had gone to the finals.
But you have
They
a
were out in
chance
the
to get
first
over me because you have
round.
more points available.
I will
right
get over
now.
you.
Oh, okay. He's confident.
It's Levi.
I
that
need
we're
Denver to
coming in
win
next.
tonight.
Yes.
If Denver wins tonight,
I need Denver to win tonight. and
Levi
then
still has
lose.
available 1,000 points.
Sheesh. That's because the champion gets a lot of
Oh,
points.
my goodness.
So basically, what's come down to now is
Forecast.
Luka and Kyrie have done what I thought they were doing, balling, and they did it in 6 games. Luka was looking hurt, wasn't looking very great, but very, very great performance in the 6 games that they won. Now it comes back to Nuggets and Timberwolves, who are in a game 7 right now.
This ought to be a good game. That's tonight.
That's
at
another
8.
one that will probably get watched. Yes.
That's-
He needs Nuggets to win for his pick because they're his champion. I need Nuggets to win to then play Dallas, my champion, and then I need Dallas to win, baby.
I would actually.
Such a great series.
My bracket needs Denver to win. I would way rather see the Timberwolves in the championship.
That's fair.
And-
I need the Mavs in there. I want the Mavs in there. I want Luka to win. I don't want Denver to win anymore. Dang it, because Jokic is too good.
Isn't Luka the
There's
guy
3
that did the
MVPs.
perfect video?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
like Luka. He was
Legend.
He was
He's
pretty funny.
hilarious.
He's funny.
Yeah, if
Which
Luka
most
would
of those
win, I wouldn't be
foreigners
mad.
are, like Luka, Jokic, Giannis. I mean, they're all great people. But yes, Timberwolves Nuggets will be a good one. And then I want to see, like I said, I mean, good for Minnesota if they win, but I want to see a Luka versus Jokic Western Conference Finals matchup, just because they're so similar. Jokic is just a center version, and Luka is just a shooting guard, point guard version of Jokic, and vice versa. So I want to see how that duel and pace of game would be, if it would be entertaining, if it could be a legendary series. But I think that's about all for NBA. We got to talk about
there's only
Thunder
2
going down.
games.
They will be back. The Thunder will be back. That's not a worry. If they sign everybody and everybody wants to keep playing for that organization, Thunder will win championships.
And our group right now is sitting at
Celtics.
Owen, me and Levi for second, and you
You're
at
okay.
4th/3rd.
The Celtics are tearing through the East.
Well, there's not as much competition.
There is not. The East is not as good as the West, but the Celtics are still tearing
The
it up.
Celtics are really
They're
good. That is fair.
A crazy team. KP at center,
What was
JT at power forward,
Wasn't there
JB at small forward,
Wasn't there
Derek
like a
White
15
balling out of his mind.
15-game difference between the West?
Yeah,
first
it
and
was.
second?
No, the West was between one game. The East was
That's what I meant.
Celtics by like 15
Yeah,
at the 1 seed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But yeah, it was tight for the West from 1 to 10. It was like 10 games. It was the West place to be right now as far as basketball. But the Celtics are the only ones that have a chance to beat a Western team, just because of how much star power they have. And then Drew Holiday coming out of the point guard, great defense for any team coming out of the West at this point. But so I think that's it for NBA. Playoff updates, news on brackets,
The
all that
updates
fun stuff.
are getting shorter.
Yes,
Just
because
that initial was the hard
teams
part
are
for us,
getting-
I guess.
We got through it. We got
Just
our
kidding.
picks. We got all that.
Yep.
Now we're just
We're just
updates on
updates.
it.
All right.
So now we move along.
To my topic.
Here we go. We
All
got
right.
some tech stuff coming.
So Apple had an event.
They
And
did. Big
if,
stuff.
If you're looking on this camera right here, we have 2 Apple boys right here.
Did you watch it? Did you watch the event?
No, I
I
didn't.
watched the entire event.
Did you? Well, dang
Golly.
it! Levi's gonna take my
Golly.
whole
No.
section.
So
No.
here's
Well,
what I
did
got
you
out of
really?
it.
Were
I
you
did.
at school doing it?
Well, the last few days of school.
Levi, I'm gonna tell you that's literally what I did. So I respect. When I was in school, I think I watched most of WWDC.
I watched
Wow.
Google's event last year too.
So let me, the
Oh.
basic white boy, plain technology here, get out what I got out of it. New thin iPad Pro, new thinner iPad Air. Correct?
Is that what you got out? Keep going.
That's all I got.
Okay, listen. Here's what's crazy.
Okay.
The iPad Air,
Yeah.
new Air, new Pro. You're right on that.
Yes.
New Air, new Pro.
W's.
The Air is
Jameis Winston.
thicker than the Pro.
No.
Seriously,
No,
by about
how?
0.2 or 3 millimeters.
What?
So you're gonna get an Air. You buy an Air. The Pro is thinner
And
I
more
think
powerful. What?
It's either thinner or lighter or both.
Surely the battery sucks on it then.
I don't know. Well, they say it's the same
Mac.
as last year's.
Let's be honest, the Mac battery don't matter. This thing.
It's
is
the
not
and you know what's
newest.
crazy? Okay, so that's what's crazy. It's I hate the sickness.
COVID.
It's the thinnest Apple device ever, the Pro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then
'cause
the
this was. I
that's,
mean, this was the Air. This was thin. This is super light. Which I guess for an iPad, you don't need it to be super much thinner
dog,
than this.
it might be as thin as this.
Nah.
With
That's
the
wild.
no,
But it's got to be heavier.
it was 5 millimeters.
It's gotta be
I
heavier.
don't know. I didn't check that.
That's the
sorry, I didn't check
appeal
that.
to the iPad Air versus the MacBook Air, which is its thinness. Because
I
you're not
think-
going to be as light as the
I think
iPad
it
Air.
was thinner. I know.
versus-
I'm pretty sure it was thinner. I don't remember if it was lighter, but it was thinner. The Pro's thinner.
Yeah, that's the appeal to the Air is the weight, not the thickness. I guess the thickness.
Oh no.
it's cool. The Pro.
no,
that's the appeal for the Pro is the thinness.
I
because of its
put
power.
with Air being heavier than the Pro. The
Heavier?
Pro is heavier than the Air.
the Pro is heavier. That's how it should.
Well,
be. You
yeah,
mean
no.
the Air is heavier than the Pro?
No, sorry. The Air is heavier than the Pro.
Why?
You just
Yes.
mixed it up.
Why would you even make an iPad Air? That's what they're gonna
That's-
do. They're gonna phase out the iPad Air and make you buy the stupid expensive one.
iPad
Watch.
or Pro.
Yep, the
Ethan's
iPad
calling
Pro.
it.
They're
Ethan's
gonna do it.
predicting.
iPad Air is gonna be gone.
So the other cool
Sad
thing they
face.
did
Those
is
just
they
stick with the
added
mini.
I need
a
an iPhone
13-inch Air.
Yes. Did see
So
that.
yours is an
Bigger
11,
one.
I imagine. Almost
Yeah,
a little
it's-
under 11.
I believe
It'll
this
be as big as
screen's
that.
13.
That's a 13.
So you can get an iPad about that
Sheesh,
big.
that'd be worth it. An iPad Air.
An Air, yeah.
I want
And the iPad Pro, do they make bigger iPad Pros?
I think they've already did. They
Yo.
just unveiled a new line of Air that's bigger.
Yep.
So you got the new 13.
Which is what they did with MacBook Airs.
I want an,
They did. They made a
15-inch
15-inch
MacBook
Air last time, yeah.
So
I want
and
an
then
iPhone
bigger is better.
15 Air, like a phone Air, like really light
yeah,
phone.
they should.
that's the difference between a Pro,
They should make like an
Pro and a normal one.
yeah.
No,
Maybe they should make
not
like
eight.
like the Google Pixel A line. But I guess
Yeah,
maybe that's
it's
what
like
the
a
minis are.
SE.
Well,
I guess they kind of do
the
that.
SE is not new.
No,
though.
they
They've
don't
only
do that.
Had two SEs.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
3. There's been 3.
They should call the SEs an Air.
There's
Yeah.
been
Or
3. There was the box SE, there was the home button SE,
There's only been 3 SEs.
and then
I thought
the
there were
other.
when
now
was the
screen
last
one.
SE made though?
It's
Because
been
like
It was
years.
like an iPhone
It's been
10,
years.
right?
yeah, it's been so long.
It was like the
They need
iPhone
to
10,
keep
right?
Up with a lighter one.
Or was the last SE the button
and
one?
the mini's not an Air because it's so thick.
I don't remember,
It's
you're
just a
right.
smaller.
Of
Oh
course
yeah,
you're
they
right.
did have the iPhone minis.
Yeah, but those are thick. Like, isn't yours
Yeah,
an
it's a
iPhone
stick.
mini?
No, mine's a normal iPhone.
Here, third
Oh.
gen.
I wanted the iPhone mini, but it was
the
too
third
tiny.
gen SE had a home button.
Yep.
Yeah,
so okay,
see,
so
they're old.
So then there's only been 2.
Those have been 3.
Oh, did they did a 6 body and then an 8 body, right? That one's a glass
Yeah,
back.
it's like a 7,
Yep.
and then like an 8,
Yep. Okay,
and
gotcha,
then
gotcha,
the
gotcha,
old
gotcha,
one that I had that was like.
So
thick.
soon enough, there'll be an iPhone SE that's got the no home button. That'll
Hopefully, that's.
They should
those
make
are
one
baller.
next year. I'll
Okay,
buy one right
the
now.
other cool thing is the new Pro. I think has an OLED screen, so they've never had
Yeah.
OLED. They've had mini LED, and it gets up to like 1600 nits, which is crazy bright. And they have
That's
dual
ridiculous.
layer like screens, like it has 2 OLEDs on top of each other to make it more bright.
What's that?
Jeez.
The word you
trying to
said? Knit.
Kill your
Nits,
pockets.
yeah, nits. It's how you
Brightness
measure
is
brightness. It's similar to lumens.
How many nits is my screen right now?
I saw.
It's probably 300 or 400.
And you're saying it's 1700?
Yeah, probably. Here, hold on.
Wow.
I'll look up. What do you
the
got?
only other thing I
Well,
saw.
Apple
was
makes brighter screens.
Steel Series.
What's
came
yours?
out with some crazy
M2
new
Mac
headphones.
Air.
Or is this an M2?
I
think it's
no, it's
M2.
a M.
I feel like
it's
it's
the
an
M1
M1
chip.
Yeah. This isn't that fancy.
Mac.
No, they've just
Air
they just came out with the M3. So
brightness. Okay, you might be right.
I mean, that's pretty bright. I just turned
the
it on
only
while
other
it's
tech
literally
news that
glowing
I
my
know
phone.
of.
400 nit, and then
1700.
so here's the it gets bright. Here's I forgot to mention. I didn't put. They unveiled the new M4 chip,
yes,
and they're
the
putting
iPads.
it in the iPad
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah.
So I expect there to be MacBooks with M4 coming
And then
out.
another phone.
WWDC.
Time to trade in.
Yeah, and then they made a Pixel. They made a Pencil Pro. which is only compatible with the new pencils, with the new tablets.
Yeah, of course.
So if you want the new Pro pencil, you have to get the new tablets.
What is there a button on it?
It has squeeze gestures and it has a gyroscope sensor, so it can tell when you twist the pen around this way, and it can also tell if you squeeze.
Oh, like
on
if you're erasing.
So it already had tilt, so you can tell between this.
Yeah.
But now it can tell when it spins around.
Oh, so like it'll do a circle. Gotcha. Only other tech news that I know, I've tried to say this a couple times.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
SteelSeries came out with some apparently really good gaming headset that's supposed to sound really ballin' and be expensive. But
so, Levi, did I miss anything from the event? I know I hit the main points, but was there anything small?
That was most of the big things.
Yeah. So
spend the most of that.
This is Apple's. What do they call this? They just make this is just their like spring conference. I don't know what they call it, but then
They have one in the
Apple
spring and the winter, right?
Apple has WWDC that they have every year in like September.
Yeah.
That they always
fall,
unveil
winter.
usually a new phone. I think typically a watch.
It sounds
and
crazy.
Maybe
Coming out with this
a
much
laptop.
technology.
And then they unveil. And it's called WWDC Developer Conference because they do all the OS. And so we'll get new iPad OS, new iOS, new Mac OS, new Watch OS more than likely, new TV OS more than likely, maybe a Vision Pro OS or Vision OS. So that'll be exciting.
Got you.
If we're still doing the podcast by then, which hopefully we are, we'll do an update on that
might
because
as well.
that's usually where the nut stuff comes out. Right now, and these iPads, they also look the same. It's like, okay, they moved the camera to the center, but who cares? Otherwise, they look the same. So
What? Hold on.
The camera's already in the center.
No, his camera's right here.
That's the center.
So they made it landscape center instead of portrait center.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
What?
The front facing.
Oh.
Front facing.
It's here now.
Yeah, so imagine you're on a Zoom call. How are you going to hold
Oh, it's like an iPad or a MacBook. Gotcha.
So if you're on a Zoom call, you're going to hold it like that more than likely.
My
That's
camera
just so they
for
can put the
you not so
screen the
techie-
same.
Oh.
Awkward.
My camera's here. They're saying the new one it'd be here.
Yes. So when it's in landscape mode, the camera's in the top center,
That
not
makes
on
sense
the
because
side.
if you're like in a Zoom
It
call, or something,
makes sense, and I've seen tablets start going that way.
That's
Well,
smart.
it doesn't matter though. Like in all honesty, does not matter because it rotates it anyway.
It doesn't, but
No, it does, but because then then when you look at your screen, it doesn't look like you're looking. Looks like you're looking beside them.
That's fair.
It makes Zoom calls look a little better.
And it sets it taller. Makes sense.
Yeah. It's way
Makes
better.
sense.
I have a laptop, and it's this one that's standing right in front of us. That's cameras at the
Below it,
bottom.
yeah.
Do you see that?
Dude,
That's-
looks so
That
awkward.
was the stupid.
every single chin.
I take a Zoom call on that. I'm never doing it again. This thing. First off, if you're typing, you see your little fingies.
Yeah.
Typing. So when I took a Zoom call for college, I was going to college. I grabbed an auxiliary keyboard and I propped that thing on a box.
That's funny.
And then I can't tilt it down as much. It was stupid. I hate.
Yeah, that's funny.
As someone
That's
who's
annoying.
messed with stupid camera placements, it's good that they're moving them to a sensible place. And that's all I got from that from their little thing. You boys getting new iPads?
I don't have an
Until
iPad
mine
currently.
is really out of
I
date.
don't think I need an iPad.
If you were getting an
You don't
iPad, Levi,
really.
okay, I guess you don't care because you're never gonna get an iPad.
If I was getting an iPad, yes, I'd buy a new one.
You wouldn't get like last year's.
No,
Why do you need this year's?
because if I was getting an iPad, I'd want the newest and best.
Gosh, you are an Apple boy.
I
gotta get the
I need to get a new watch here in a little
I'm
bit.
waiting to get a phone. I don't even
they
have an
probably will
iPhone.
unveil a new watch.
Yeah, I know, and I want
Well,
the
I think
SE.
last
I
year
want
they
the
did-
second gen SE watch.
No, well,
'cause I can get it
actually,
big.
they last time they did a watch, they didn't unveil a new watch. They unveiled a new Ultra.
So
yeah,
then-
but there's an SE, which is what this is. This is the first Apple Watch SE. They did an Apple Watch SE 2.
I
And
think
I
if
want
you're gonna do something, you should just get.
a
No,
3.
that's a stupid
right now
amount
they
for
still
a
sell a 3.
watch that just tells me the time and pops up my notifications.
Oh, you don't use it for anything else?
No.
I use it for music. I use it.
You
Well,
don't-
yeah, but they can
my
all do that just the
calendar, I
same.
use-
Well, the
Yeah.
other ones
I
are
mean-
faster, have better sensors, and are more rugged.
The battery would be what I'd want.
I mean, you're kind of a physical worker.
The
at
battery,
times,
the
I
battery's
think.
all you want, and the SE kills at that because it
I
doesn't
think
do
the
about
SE
as much
does
as
have a
stuff.
better battery
Yeah.
life.
Yep.
And I can get the bigger one now, so yeah.
That's
I mean, it's a watch, bro.
Especially if they make a new SE, then
I'm
you
not
get
trying to get a phone
second
on my
SE.
wrist here.
Okay,
I
this
am.
guy. That's what the Ultra's for.
What I want Apple to unveil is a phone that folds
They
this
have
way.
patents for it.
this way.
They're
I
that's
just
probably
think
gonna
that's
come out
cool.
in September.
That's
let's
the
be
only
honest.
reason I get an Android. I said that today.
They're gonna
earlier. That's the
pivot to
only reason
AI
I
before they get a folding phone.
Dang it.
Almost bet. I don't know that for
Folding
certain.
phone. Apple,
But they have.
give me a folding phone.
They're not. See, I don't think they're gonna do that because there's too many problems with folding phones right now. and Apple's not going to mess with
Let's be honest. Apple doesn't change their phones.
Boring.
They're not gonna
they just
add a
upgrade
fold.
the cameras and maybe the
Yeah.
right, and that'd be like, oh, what a revival! We have a folding phone. I think they would do it this way though before they did anything. But
you think? Okay.
boom.
Like a
Yeah,
flip,
but they
not
have a
fold.
patent for it. But every company has a patent for stuff they don't even unveil sometimes. So, but they did look into it. I want a folding phone too, but again, I'm afraid that I'm going to be spending like another $2,000 on another phone after 2 years, and it's like, oh, I don't know.
You
if I
should
wanna
trade
spend-
that. Oh,
Nah,
jeez.
but-
You should trade that one in while it's still worth something.
Yeah, mine's kind
I
of
could maybe do
shattered.
that.
So
You know, our friend has the same phone as me, and he's upgrading. So I thought maybe I'd upgrade too.
You should.
and we can twin. I can twin with him.
you should go to Apple.
Yeah. My phone,
Their
I need to
iPhones are
probably.
superior.
I probably need to consider it, but I just really like my linking to my.
Dude,
I need
you
to make
can
sure
do
it can
it.
all
Like,
link
come on now.
to my devices.
You don't even really need it.
I have Windows Phone link, and it's baller. I literally text from that probably 60% of the time.
My
You can probably
problem.
get Windows Phone link on Apple.
See, if I
Well,
trade
actually,
in
probably
my
not.
phone,
anyway.
Well, Intel has something like it, but it's like you
Yeah,
have to have
it's
an
not
Intel
very
chip,
great.
and that's not cool.
I need to learn how to sell my phone better because Apple values it at like $60. It's probably like $300.
Man,
There's no chips. It runs fine, no problems.
I'd say probably at least 150 too.
Apple
Yeah,
just doesn't like
Apple
trade
thinks
in of
it's
stuff.
60
Yeah,
bucks
no.
though. Like
Yeah,
that's how much
Apple-
I could get at a
Apple,
scrap
I
does
think
not like
Apple's
their trade-in.
notorious for disrespecting anything that's not Apple.
Which
Well,
makes
even
sense.
their Apple
They're like,
stuff,
oh,
they-
you have $1,000 Samsung, we'll give you $100.
No, yeah, no, and they're even for their other trade-in stuff. Like that phone would only probably give me. It's cracked on the back, so no telling if it's if it wasn't cracked. It would probably only give me like $500 on a trade-in, $600.
See,
on a
but
trade-in.
Well, how much
they'll
did you
give an
buy it?
equally priced Android 100 if you're gonna get 500.
Yeah, no, I believe
They
that.
just disrespect the crap.
But they just
You want to
also
have it?
like
They
that
don't
with
even
all
like
of them.
you want to trade in a Samsung watch. They're like, no. I mean, they'll like give you $50.
Yeah,
it's like
same.
it's at
I would
least
do that.
worth $100, $200.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but whatever.
But then you can turn in like a older Apple Watch and they'll give you more for it. I think they've done that before.
Well,
I got my last topic here if you want.
we're at an
I
hour.
have a thing with it.
I can go.
I, want
I don't
you to do
expect this to
topic.
go very.
Okay, let's do this.
You want me to do this? You know this topic, Levi?
Yeah.
Finish
Yes, I
it
do.
out.
Okay.
I saw something kind of hilarious
Let's go.
about it.
There's some crazy. Okay, Ethan said either before the podcast or during the podcast he didn't know what I was talking about when I said the Dublin to New York
Yeah,
portal.
no idea.
I researched some information on this, but what it is this guy, these artists, they built. Do you have a photo?
No.
Okay, hold on, I'll pull up a photo for Ethan. They built these circular video conferencing devices between New York and Dublin, Ireland, and New York is obviously New York City. New York,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
New York portal.
I can't even like trade this Mac.
Whoa.
Images.
Whoa.
Yeah, here's
It's
this
like
thing.
a camera, circular
freak, turn
TV
on.
that like goes
Time
between-
travel.
It's this. Obviously, the viewers cannot see, and I am having trouble.
I gotta try to find this video.
navigating this website.
Wow. Real time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
So it's new. It's real time. No audio, but real time between Dublin and New York. So let me go through my spiel of what I learned. So maybe our viewers.
That's kind of
can.
crazy. If
It
think about
is
the
kinda
technology
crazy.
Needed for that.
It's gotten closed down right now.
Oof.
Because have you ever been to New York? I haven't, but there's like people flashing it and doing rude gestures.
Oh yeah. Of
Someone
course,
made a
of
Twin
course.
Tower joke on
Yeah,
Dublin's
that's
side.
what I saw, man. Someone on Dublin showed the Twin Towers getting here. I was like, oh, you can't
Oh
do
my
that.
So they
People
closed-
would find a way to ruin that.
Yeah, they closed that down real quick, and they've arrested a few people for like indecency and whatnot. But so anyway, they're about 3,180 miles apart. You can get there in about a 7-hour flight, so 6.5-hour flight probably, and then driving whatever. And it was a collab between the New York City Department of Transportation, which apparently they're pretty into art and stuff. So New York City Department of Transportation will sponsor art and things. And it was also. And then also in addition to that, there was a foundation that invests in science and like autism research. So I don't know how that fits in, but all these people kind of came together and did it. It was created by an artist named Benekadis Gilius. Nailed it. He was born in Lithuania, which is near Poland. So he's born far away from here.
Not Lithuania?
That's cool.
Lithuania?
Lithuania.
Is it Lithuania?
Lithuania.
Lithuania, whatever.
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
so he's near, and so that's near Poland. Anyway, so his website describes him. This was funny. His birthplace is Earth. His race is human.
Fair.
His political alignment is with freedom, and his religion is love.
W.
That's what I said it on his thing.
Congratulations.
And so he's an artist, investor, author, and radio talk show host.
Probably has a podcast.
He might.
Well,
He has a radio show that probably gets recorded. He actually. So this is what I didn't know. I could have guessed that. I mean, if you would have told me to guess that, but what I didn't know is that he's done this before. This is not the first Portal.
Oh, cool.
They're making a Portal network.
Yeah, of course.
That could be
says-
cool. You just like
Super
are
useful, you know,
swiping
whatever.
through big cities
Well, it's
in
like
different
every
countries.
week you get a new portal to a new place.
That could actually be really cool.
So,
We need to get
his
hooked on
first pair of portals is in his home country, the Lithuania and
Lithuania.
Portland. Not I put Portland. Am I stupid? Poland, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're those two countries are right next to each other. So he put two portals there wherever they are, in 2021, so a few years ago. And I was like, how's he getting all this money? Because I think he's funding most of this.
Oh yeah.
And so one article
And
quoted
some
him.
other companies like the New York.
Yeah, and they're helping
Public,
like
whatever.
probably procure like spots for it, but I think he's paying for most of the construction.
Well, it's
And
not
that don't look
much,
cheap.
but, yeah.
So, it said he began making money with website design. So he was like a nerdy little kid going off and doing nerdy little kid things. And then it said he later got into the food supplement market in the U.S.
Oh.
and made $1 million off that. At least he got his
Dang.
first $1 million off doing that while doing that. And so I was like, this is so random. Because I wanted to see if it was like dirty money, but I don't. He just is one of those kids who
That's kinda
did
cool.
something and got older and got in the market and made a lot of money. So then now he's doing this philanthropic.
I mean, that's
kinda
not
thing.
practical per se, but it's kind of cool.
It's an art piece. It's cool. I think it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Concept's
aside-
really cool.
I mean, I think it's neat. I think the technology is kind of cool. I totally get why they closed it because there are idiots out there.
If people
in
wouldn't
New
ruin
York,
it,
I
it
mean,
could
are you
be
kidding
really
me?
cool.
There was people. There was a news crew there reporting on it, and he's like, and they're like, "We caught this just an hour ago. It was someone flipping someone else off."
Yeah.
I was like, "These people."
Yeah. Well, I think that is it. That is
Wait,
a
I had
great length.
Where would you put a portal if we could place a portal somewhere? Where would we put
Dubai, watching the road.
it?
No, okay, by the road so you can see what's on the road. Just like
Or like overseeing the palm. Yeah, I probably would do Dubai and California.
If I could have one like
Florida.
a window that I could look at, I would put one on
make stuff like that.
a beach or a waterfall or something by the water. That was just pretty, and
They
I'd
make-
want it with audio so I could hear it. But yeah,
it's called a vertical TV.
I
playing a
understand.
10-hour
Okay,
loop of a waterfall.
I understand that, but not the same as it'd be real
Yeah.
time, and it'd be different every
No,
time.
I get it. Yeah.
But-
So anyway, I thought that was neat that
Yep.
this guy's just like, you know what, and it's super all that like unite humanity stuff. So he's like, I'll put a portal, and that's far, and so that's crazy. And he's got like a team of 6 or something
That's
doing
cool.
it. So
Solid.
yeah.
New technology is
feel
always
free
cool.
to end the podcast, Ethan. Sound like you were wanting to do
Yep, we are at an hour, and that is more than enough time, I feel. Keeping viewers talking. Forgot to have the Prime, but
Hey, do we want to allude to next podcast potential next podcast?
we might have a
special
guest. Surprise. Yeah, we're
Maybe
So-
the next 2 podcasts.
Haven't
will be
posted
different.
one.
Maybe
But-
the next 2 podcasts.
Haven't
Maybe.
passed it-
Maybe.
have-
Don't hold us to it, but in
maybe
the
next
works.
podcast. Haven't posted one yet, but we're already getting guests, baby. What? Anyways, I think that's all we've got for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
As
all
always.
platforms. Follow us. Maybe we'll have clips. Maybe we won't. Let us know if you want us to game. What games? Apex, Minecraft, whatever. If it's probably funny, I'd probably do it. May not include these guys. But if it's probably funny, I'd be willing to play it. We'll just have to see.
Let's
Like,
see.
comment, subscribe. I hope you all have a blessed day and blessed week. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.
See you guys.